There are fucking two kinds of men walking the earth today, people. Those who live by design and those who exist by default. And in this era where soft minds are praised and fucking silence is treated like wisdom, the one who strategizes, who thinks in terms of territory and logistics and legacy, is already halfway to fucking victory. Once again, people, welcome to Panzer Unleashed. And this is not just a podcast. It's a goddamn war cry. And today, we're going to be fucking forged in fire. And we're discussing a text older than the fucking Roman Empire. One that shaped emperors, warlords, and even revolutionaries alike. And that's Sun Tzu's The Art of War. But let me be clear real quick. We're not reading it for academic purposes. We are operationalizing it. So we're turning it into a daily doctrine because the war is not in some distant fucking land. The war is your life, your job, your health, your reputation, and your relationships, as well as your freedom. And the battlefield is not far. It's intimate. And your ignorance of that truth is the enemy's greatest weapon. So let's go ahead and flip the fucking script, people. Eyes open. And make sure your mind is alert. And let's go ahead and get into this. Because before we enter the philosophical chamber of warfare, let's go ahead and calibrate our situational awareness, because no general fights blind. No strategist neglects the terrain. And you, the patriots out there, my listeners, are a general in training. Every moment, every fucking choice, every relationship is a tactical consideration. So, once again, let's get into this week's Intel Briefing. It says, military recruitment crisis. The Pentagon is hemorrhaging public trust. Fewer and fewer men are willing to fight for a government that lies, spies, and demonizes them. This isn't a policy issue. It's a legitimacy crisis. And when an empire's warrior refuses to serve, that empire is entering its death spiral. Cyber infiltration by foreign powers. China and Russia are not preparing for war. They are already waging it. But they're not using tanks, they're using algorithms, malware, AI propaganda bots. Every fucking pipeline, financial institutions, traffic light grids, and hospital databases is a battlefield, and your ignorance is their access point. All right, economic erosion. Inflation may have slowed, but your power as a consumer, as a family man, and as a provider continues to shrink. The middle class is no longer bleeding, it's being butchered. And those who refuse to adapt are volunteering for extinction. So expend domestic surveillance, people. The federal government just greenlit the formation of a new extremist watch group focused solely on Americans. The Constitution is being reinterpreted in real time to serve power, not to protect liberty. You are the enemy if you speak with clarity, courage, and conviction. So beware, people. There we go. The cartel subversion in the U.S. suburbs. It says the cartels are no longer at the border. They are in your HOA, running massive patrols and construction crews and vape shops. Your neighborhood has been compromised. Most of you just don't realize it yet. So pay attention and put your fucking thinking caps on as well. So now that you understand the battlefield, people, we begin our mission. And the breakdown of the art of war in the everyday life, because most people think warfare is reserved for soldiers or for generals or for men with medals and orders on a battlefield, but that's a fucking lie, because war is not confined to uniforms or borders. War is psychological, economic, and relational. And the art of war is a fucking blueprint, people, for victory across all domains of human conflict. And here is how a man and an autonomous warrior uses ancient strategies to navigate the 21st century. Number one, you have to fucking know the terrain, people. Know your enemy. Sun Tzu wrote, know the terrain, and you will never be surprised. And this is not about fucking hiking maps or enemy formations. This is about environmental awareness. Where do you fucking live? Who controls your town? Who owns the cops? Who runs the banks there? Who owns the businesses? What gangs are present? What social fucking currents are at play? Because if you don't know who rules your fucking environment, you are ruled by them without even fucking knowing it. Start small, people. Map your fucking town. Learn the weaknesses. Track who gets arrested and who doesn't. Monitor those fucking permits. You have to learn those zoning laws out there. And strategy begins with intelligence. So all war is based on deception. And truth is not the default setting on modern society, because the lies are currency. And perception is a battlefield. This means you must master optics, misdirection, and discretion. Do not post your fucking plans. Don't share your strategies. Don't offer your enemies the fucking courtesy of knowing who you are. To be feared, first become unknown. Silence is not a fucking weakness. It's a strategy. Play dumb. Hide your fucking edge, Smile while you're sharpening the blade, as I always say. You have to appear weak when you are strong. And this is the art of disarming. The modern world rewards the appearance of victimhood. But it fears unshakable competence. Be underestimated. Let the people think you are fucking ordinary, but move like the fucking lion you are. And strength, that doesn't need validation. Like I said, you have to cultivate that kind of strength, people, and attack where they are unprepared. Your boss, your fucking political adversaries, your manipulative relative, they all have patterns and fucking weaknesses and those blind spots. You have to observe and catalog and wait, people. When the opening comes, don't hesitate. Strike with fucking precision. Whether it's a well-placed email, a legal move, or a social maneuver. Timing and accuracy is everything. I can't shout that any louder, and know when to fight and when not to. Discipline is not about always fighting. It's about fighting well. And emotional reactivity is a strategic liability. Do not engage every insult. Don't answer every fucking provocation, and your silence should be as powerful as your rage, and that's how you command presence. Let your plans be dark as night. Operational silence is sacred, and do not reveal your moves until they're complete. Do not expose your intentions until the rest is irreversible. And modern men, they fucking share way too much. You guys on your Facebooks, your Instagram, fucking posting away. You overshare it. You advertise it too much. Confuse attention with progress. That's weak. That's fucking soft. That's a modern disease right there. And be the shadow. Be the fucking question mark, Be the storm they didn't see coming, because that's where you're gonna fucking hurt them the most. And avoid prolonged wars. Life is finite. Energy is currency. And time is ammunition. But don't fucking spend it on the drawn out battles with no end state, people. End the fucking conflict. Win decisively and move the fuck on. Preserve resources for what matters. Win first, then go to fucking war. Victory is earned before a single fucking punch is thrown. Before any bullets fly. In your fitness, in your mental discipline, in your network, in your savings, in your motherfucking skill sets. Your strength must be primitive. You must be hard before you're attacked. And wise before you're tested. Because you have to be unshakable even before you're threatened. And prepare in silence, like I say, people. Move in strength and the fucking outcome will follow. So let's go ahead and get into this week's tactical breakdown. And we're going to go ahead and talk about your everyday loadout. Now, let's go ahead and bring the philosophy into the physical. You live in a war zone, so you need to carry like a survivor. And your everyday carry is not just a list of tools. It's a statement of readiness. It's the architecture of a warrior lifestyle. So if you get your everyday carry out there, people, make sure it's something that you can use and something that you're familiar with. And let's go ahead and get into this week's signal boost. Once again, to all the warriors that subscribed out there to the YouTube channel, as well as the Odysee, all the digital soldiers out there, I see you once again. You are the new press, the new historians, and the new broadcasters of defiance. And to all the people out there on Gab, the unfiltered minds on Gab, once again, thank you so much. Like I said, you spread the truth in an age of fucking corruption. And like I said, on Odysee, like I said, the uploads and the archives there, the rebellion is beautiful. So keep pressing, keep preserving. And to the GoyimTV platform, like I said, there's so many different chapters of content makers out there. It's a great place. YouTube, like I said, you play the game while you're subverting in it. You share it, remix it, and awake it. I salute you. Go ahead and mix the content if you want to. Take little clips, links, montages. Go ahead and edit them. And you can send them to me right here at panzerfront14@gmail.com. Like I said, we're building a media machine, people, independent of the regime. And like I said, one upload at a time. All right, once again, like I said, let's go ahead and get back into the main op. Like I said, The Art of War, it's not a book. It's a fucking lens. And once you see life through it, you honestly, you can't unsee it. Every handshake is a negotiation. Every insult is a test. And every choice is either power or weakness. So live like you're in command. Live like you're being watched. And live like your ancestors are watching and your enemies are waiting. Because both are true. Once again, this is Panzer Unleashed. Until next time, my friends, move like a ghost and strike like fucking lightning. And live with intention so fucking sharp, even death takes notes. Panzer out.
Ha ha ha!